How you guys doing? Welcome back. Today's October 12th. It's a nice Tuesday. It's Hump Day Eve, and we have the swing cast number like 167 or something. It doesn't really matter. Let's just get right into it. These plays we're going to talk about are going to be good for Wednesday and especially into Thursday. They may be alright for Friday, but if you're watching this video on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, these are all going to be great plays you should be looking into. We're going to be discussing technical analysis, supports, resistances, trend lines, patterns, EMA lines, volume profile, RSI, stochastic, and the vortex indicator. The 10th part of that being love. My sweet baby angels. With that being said, if you are new, if you have no idea why a guy with piercings and tattoos and gray hair is screaming at you about stocks, I have a class that's come out 25 parts out now. I got to add the last few right here. Bada boom, bada bing. Watch there. They'll make these lessons and everything else you do in the trading market so much easier. A lot of folks just discuss trading systems. We're going to wait for this option call, and it's smart for beginners to do options, obviously. Or it's going to be more like, we're going to go day trade whatever Bazinga says on the high volume scanner. Durr. But we're actually going to teach you about structure. I want you to go learn about trading structures, risk management, technical, fundamental, mental analysis. I want you to know about macro markets, actually writing a trading plan. I want you to know about consistency. I want you to know about all these types of things and get into this class. Go break it down. Go watch that class. Secondly, the description box has some great things in it. One is the link to my Discord and my Patreon. You love what I do, you will love the morning newsletters. I break down every sector, like every single day, every index, every single day. You will love the nightly newsletters. I'm going to discuss these tickers in depth and early for you. You'll have great access to my employees that I pay to work for me and give great advice and help folks, not advice, but give great help to people. You'll have access to me all 24 hours a day, live sessions, live rooms, a bunch of great stuff. Absolutely no pressure. If you don't want to go check it out, just be here with me. Great. I appreciate you. Stay here. You're also going to see written description of all the stocks. Also importantly is my journal. Let's check that out real quick. In the description box, you're going to see an actual journal. You can access every single play that I've been calling since I think it's been, September, August area, because I actually ran out of it was too hard for me to keep up with this while I was doing my main business stuff, but here we go, new one. And this gives you all the plays of where I would enter, given my price targets from the Discord and where I would exit from the Discord. As we can see, it's all there. And you can go back and backtrack every single stock, go backtrack every single newsletter, make sure I was being honest. Yes, I include red days. I'm not a liar. We do have red days in the market. This is still, percolating. These plays still percolating. A red day here, but again, see the difference in the size here? 5, 3, 2, 3, 11, 10, compared to negative 0.8 and negative 0.9. What we do here works with risk management. It truly does. And as we can see as the days go on, menu plays as of recently are still green down here. You can track this. You don't have to join. It's free. You're not going to get the best content from this, but it does show you what we do is valid here and it's good to go as my cat smashes into the door. Lastly are the chapter notes. It makes no sense to watch a stock that you hate. If you hate falling wedges, and that stock I'm talking about is a falling wedge, why don't you just skip and go to the next one? In the chapter notes below, you'll see them all lined up. You can go to the next stock. I'm not going to be offended. Use this smartly. Don't be wasting your whole entire time on this channel waiting for the next one. Just go to the next one. With that being said, 8 great plays, class available, Discord available, I'm available. I love all of you. Let's get right into it. I wanted to show you the plays from the last few weeks here. Oh, actually the last 6 days. As we can see, we have some red on the day. This is including the plays from today, but mainly a lot of big green here. Sedge, killing it. GSS, killing it. Zuo, killing it. Atom, killing it. ACCD from yesterday, already up 4%. Cal, looking good. BDR, looking good. Bumble, looking good. IRDM, looking good. L-Pro, coming back. AMRS, finding a smaller support down here. You can still play that. SYNH, on my Discord, I go through every single stock every morning and say which ones look good, which ones look bad. APAM, come right to where you want it, baby. Looks pretty good. Right, that's on today's list. So again, check that out. We have a lot of great calls here. Let's get into the new ones. First is AGI. If you are new here, our support lines are going to be white. Resistances are going to be orange. Resistance trend is going to be orange. Supporting trend is going to be golden. These two white dotted lines is where 70% of volume happens. that comes from volume profile. This red dot here, this line, is the POC, point of control, also comes from volume profile. I don't have time on this lovely, beautiful, blessed Tuesday to go over a 45-minute lesson on volume profile, but you might. Boom. Check it out. Great lesson on volume profile. Please go check it out. You'll thank me later. I can almost guarantee it. AGI is going for a breakout. You have to do your own due diligence. This is a watch list show. If you don't do this for yourself, I can't help you. AGI is a great looking resistance trend somewhere in here. A great falling wedge. It's going to break out eventually. Zoom out. We can see that this is a great, strong support area. Historically, consolidation happens here. Bounces happen here. Gaps happen here. Big old gap. Where we are is very pivotal in this stock's history. Important to note. Again, it likes to have patterns. Look at this run up that it had. Gorgeous run up. And now we're making a new pattern over here. If it breaks out, I'm going long. If it doesn't live here, I'm going to buy in lower, or I'm going to wait for a full pull down depending on the action here. But a breakout looks pretty promising. I love what I see here. Sure, I want to buy in a bit lower. Maybe it's going to consolidate a few more days. But this support's huge. If we get a breakout, this becomes the next support. And then we can hopefully see easily 5 or 6% stop loss wherever you want it. I love what I see here. Let's check the indicators. What's cool about this channel is I actually don't scan with or check indicators before the show. No idea what they're doing. I don't lie about that. So if we're going to go check this out together, you'll see the EMA lines, 10, 15, 200, RSI, stochastic for divergences, and then our vortex for volume and value as well. If you're new, these 4 things are going to show you trend, momentum, volume, and volatility. Slower because I talk fast. Trend, momentum, volume, volatility. That's the only thing indicators show you. The technical analysis is the cake. This is the icing. Let's go through it together. So if you're a beginner, you get to see what a veteran sees. Blessed. AGI. The 200 is going to be your real go signal. As we can see, we're right there. Okay. If we break over the 200 tomorrow, what are we going to have? A good day. Because if we break over it, we should be able to run. That 10 just crossed the 50. If that 50 can cross that 200 eventually, we are golden. Sure, there's fake outs. Fake. But worst case, if we break above it, you should have a stop loss right where you bought in. Maybe lose a % or two. But this is the possible chance when you go from down here to up here. Down here to up here. I love what I see. The 10 EMA run-ups, not the cleanest, but the 50 are. So once you get over that 50, we usually have really good run-ups over it. Having a stop loss beneath the 50 does make sense here. RSI, it's overbought. Yeah, it's made a huge run-up, but you have to give up value eventually. I would give up value for a great technical setup. Keep up. So we may be, a bit high here, but a small pullback and a nice run up. We may break over it here, pull back, retest that 200. That's going to be the goal here. Again, stochastic. It's definitely not a divergence because it cuts through price action, but higher, and then again right about here, lower. So again, it's not great, but it's definitely there. It's definitely bullish momentum. Bulls and bears fighting. Vortex shows we have much more room to run up. And bears can drop down. If so, we should break that 200 here. If bulls continue down, I'll be buying towards 740. And if worst case, Ontario around 680. AGI, a great breakout play, a great pivot play. If you're a veteran, you should love this because if it's a red day tomorrow, you can short that bad boy for 4 or 5 easy %. And if it breaks out, you can ride that baby the next few months for 10, 15, 20 pretty easily. AGI, I love what I see. I would definitely watch list it. Next is APAM. This is a nice falling knife. We don't catch falling knives here. But look how quick the reversals are. Quick. So once we start seeing some green, I would get ready to jump in. Zoom out as always. Again, very pivotal support spot here. It has not been tested much before. But over here, look at support, bunch of supports. Who else does this? I don't know. Name a YouTuber who goes back 10 years of data and finds these things. I'll wait. APAM is a fantastic support area. Sure, you may wick down lower. There's no volume down here. It's about to get volatile, but that's a good thing because you can easily run this up 6-7%. This area has not been a resistance yet, just a support. And again, you may be like, well, it looks like a falling wedge here. Well, it very well could be a falling channel here. You may see $45. Do your own DD. But anywhere down here, APAM is an absolute steal for what I'm seeing. Checking the indicators, I'm sure the 200 is going sideways. Who knew? When the 200 trends horizontally, I put more emphasis into support play. If the 200 trends up or down, I put emphasis into a trend line. There is none, so this reinforces the fact we have a horizontal play. Big facts. We can see the 50 run-ups are beautiful. Great 50. Great 50. Great 10 too. Great 10 run-ups here. Once we cross that 10, we should have a great day trading and / small term hold opportunity. But down here, I love the value. The value is then coupled with the fact that we have no bullish divergence, no bearish. It all checks out well here. But again, negative 80 and again, almost 30 here. Bulls low, bears high. Great value purchase. Sure, you can wait for life, but I love what I see when it comes to the value here of risk versus reward. APAM, love what I see. I wouldn't catch a falling knife by any means, not in my book, but I do want to see what it can do around this area. It looks pretty good. I do like what I'm seeing here. APAM, I definitely watch listed. Next is ATGE, on the fly. It's broken down after hours. I'm not mad about that. It's going to be a good deal somewhere down here. Now again, it goes horizontally, broke down horizontally. Maybe it breaks down again, but anywhere down here, once again, is a great value. Zoom out real quick. We can see again, possibly closer to 34, maybe closer to 35 and some change. It's not a horrible play here. I want to see some life. I'm actually not going to cover the indicators at all here. It's such a falling knife here. It's broken trend. It was an ascending triangle. It's breaking down. ATGE, I would watch list it for this week, but again, I don't love what I'm seeing in opportunity cost contracts to these. I think the other 7 plays are way stronger than this one. So ATGE, I'd watch list it, but after hours here, I don't love what I'm seeing. CMRX, ooh, it's already bouncing. What a great play. I mean, this is a great wedge down again. Such a clear resistance trend line, such a clear supporting trend line. We're getting a nice higher low here, right? Up, pull back. We're getting a nice higher low looking here. It's making a smaller support. Sure, this is going to be a strong resistance. We have to break over. It does go horizontally, crash, horizontally, crash. So maybe we can start making some horizontal plays here, hopefully a breakout. But this is a great sign of life. Sure, 13, 14% for a full move. I'd probably risk this candle. So 5%, we're getting kind of risky if we zoom in, like the 5-day 15. Yeah, if you were to risk $5.70 here, you know, about 30 cents, see what it's going to do. But CMRX, great wedge down, massive potential this week. I love what I see. Let's check the indicators. Sure, the 200 is going to be a resistance. It is. The 200 being a resistance. Once we get over that, we should be good to go. The 50 as well, being a resistance. The 10 run-ups are beautiful. Great run. Great run. Great run. Red rum. No. Looks like it's a good run up here. Once you get over the 10, ride it all the way up. You cross back under. You go on ahead and sell. Ride all the way up. Cross back under, you sell. Look at that. Boom, boom, boom. We're over it. If tomorrow's green, you go along, use that 10 EMA line, tell them Evan sent you, you're welcome. 48, fair, because we're going sideways and up. Makes sense. Stay with the stochastic. It makes sense. It's going up. I don't see any real bearish divergence, no bullish. I mean, it's kind of weak, but I mean, it's there. No bearish, that makes sense here. And again, bulls low, bears high. CMRX is much more of a veteran play for those who know use EMA lines correctly. I would hate to see a rookie jump in and then not understand what I'm seeing. It rides the 10 well. That's what she said. If it can hold above the 10 tomorrow with one green candle in the morning, and we can ride that all the way up, you can then sell at your price target or when it crashes under that 10 EMA line. Great momentum. I love what I see. CMRX, I would definitely watch list it. Next is FCX. Once you watch, because you have to watch this video, the volume profile video, you'll know that the POC is the strongest support and resistance on the page. Look at boop, 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 boop. Plenty of support and resistance here. It's right here again. Once again, FCX is a great falling wedge coming in to value, where we want to get a little bit lower for a perfect value buy. But when it comes to momentum, it bounces here a lot. We could have a breakout soon, right? A breakout here, even a bad one is still 6%. You probably risk 2% here, 2.4, and know it's going to come down. If it crashes down here, you could probably buy in closer to probably $31 here. It's probably going to be a really good horizontal play at 31, right? Bunch of bounces down here. That's the power volume profile. But for right here, if we get a breakout, you'll be sitting massively pretty. You'll love what you see. I love the very low risk, massive potential here with the dividend sell-off. It's in sell for the dividend and then come back. FCX, I love what I see. Let's check the indicators together. 200 being a resistance, and then what happens? Retest, bounce. Retest, bounce. Retest, life. We have plenty of time to make our decision around this area. The 200, if we lose that, we just sell and get out. You could probably short it at that point, but I think if we were to lose the 200, I would just get out, call it a day. I don't see many great 50 bounces. I mean, we have here and here. So maybe you could hold to the 50 if you really wanted to. But if you lose all that, I would just get out. Great sign of risk versus reward. I love the clarity. RSI 55, not great, but again, huge run up, retest, take off. The stochastic is low. That's what you want to see. I don't see any really massive divergences. Now, if this holds, which I'm sure it won't drop this far, hopefully, divergence is forming. Love what I see. Bulls and bears fighting. Bulls come back. We're good to go. FCX, I'm watching the vortex. I'm watching that green line to hold here. If it does, we should be good to go. I love what I see with that wedge. We get a breakout. And here's the best part of the show. If FCX dips and breaks that volume profile line again, now you have probably one of the cleanest support plays into next week. Beautiful. Oh my God. FCX, watch this, love what I see. Next is HXL. I just realized my head was in the way of some of these plays. I apologize, but you'll be okay. HXL, a great ascending triangle. This is textbook. It hits its resistance and dies, but it has higher lows across the board. What we're going to do is use some history. Let's do this together real quick. Look, it has higher highs. Great. It has higher lows. This is a pivotal resistance area. Support, support, resistance. This area has had historical data. Great. It's going higher. It always goes higher. COVID, and now it's coming back. I would feel comfortable shorting this with a very tight buy limit just because if it does come down, we have an even better entry. Let's use the indicators real quick, but this is definitely showing higher highs, higher lows across the board, higher history. I want to check the indicators for a breakout real quick. What we're looking for is a proper stack. What's a proper stack? As long as the price holds over the 10, as long as the 10 holds over the 50, as long as the 50 holds over the 200, we should go long. Once we lose that 10 EMA line, we could look to short. And so I think right here, look, we lose that 10, short. We lose that 10, short. If we lose this 10 here, we can look to short. That's going to be our first short signal, especially the 50. You lose that, bad boy's probably doomed. But if you continue over this resistance over the 10, you can go long for a breakout. You have to watch this play. Earnings, not much. Earnings, overreaction. So it looks like earnings usually leads to red. So I would be cautious going into the earnings here to go really long. But I mean, a great breakdown here, 12%. If it does break out, ride it for the next few months. Could be fantastic. It has to be a pivot play that you decide based on your due diligence. RSI 58 again, big run up. Stochastic low. I don't see any real divergences. That's fine. We also have a nice consolidation here. Whoever wins the volume here will continue higher. If bulls do cross down, if bulls do go beneath the red here, we can look to short. And if it does hold, we go long. HXL is a great example of you taking control of your own life. I can't pull the trigger for you. I can just give you a great plan. You have two. Breaks below the 10 EMA line, I'm shorting. It breaks our resistance, I'm going long. Give it some time, see what it does. HXL makes a whole lot of sense here. Next is KBH. We can see this trend line down here. Well, what's it doing, Evan? Well, we zoom out, we can see it's been very consistent. Gap, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5. And again, I don't really see a perfect resistance trend here. It's not some channel up or anything. It looks more like a broadening wedge. This was a broadening wedge and now is resetting itself, right? We can see this is a great support play nonetheless with a nice little protection beneath us, right? Love to see that. Great. Anywhere below this volume profile line, great support. It's bouncing. If it comes down tomorrow 1 more %, great, buy in. It breaks over this, great, go long. The whole entire channel, 15%, risking about 1.5. It's 10-1 odds. What more do you want from me? This is a fantastic support play. It makes great patterns. Look at this wedge down it made. Oh my goodness, what a wedge down that it had before. It broke out. Now we have a support play. Long channel over here. Can make great moves. I love what I'm seeing when it comes to risk versus reward. Absolute snack. Let's check the indicators. What's great is when it gets over the 200, acts as support. Underneath the 50, resistance. Over the 50, support. So over here, once we break these, we're absolutely golden. 10 EMA run-ups. It's pretty clean. It's not bad. Pretty clean. I wouldn't say it's amazing. It does break down and wick back up. So I wouldn't wait for a 10 cross, but once we do get it, that would be a nice little sign of life. Especially over the 50, that's going to be your great go signal for sure. 44 RSI, it's fair. Stochastic, no real divergence. No bearish, no bullish. Seems to check out. This is a good value. Bulls and bears, again, are fighting here for support. If green takes over, we're good to go. If red takes over, you're probably going to buy into that supporting channel that we saw lower, that nice trend line. KBH, great risk versus reward play. A full move over the next month or so, a 10-1 odds. What more do you want? Last is WETF Wisdom Tree Investments. This resistance trend is beautiful. This support and trend is beautiful. And we're coming down to support. Zoom out, as always. Even if you day trade, zoom out and see what you're dealing with. This used to be a nice pivot spot. Resistance, resistance. Nice little resistance here. Support. We probably zoom out. May not be much more over here. We can see even over here. Pivotal spot right there. This is a nice, important spot for it to be at. Even over here. Boop, boop, boop. Again, what's your risk? It breaks everything. 3% at most you're risking. It makes a full move up. 15%, 5 to 1. Even if it goes horizontal here, it looks pretty good. Low volume down here, so it's about to get sporadic probably. It's a great looking channel down. I don't love channel downs compared to channel ups, but with this market, there's not really many of those right now, so you take what you can get. But WETF looks pretty good here. I love this value. Let's check the indicators together for our last play, you sweet baby angels. Again, 200 resistance, 50 resistance. The 10 run-ups are clean. Once you get over that 10, you should be good to go. I wouldn't wait for a cross here. It's pretty far away. But once you do get it, some nice confirmation that you did the right decision. RSI, low, love it. Stochastic, low, love it. No divergence, all checks out. Bulls low, bears high. WETF, I don't love channel downs, but boy, do I love a good value. We obviously have that right here. I love what I see. And there you guys have it. Bum, 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 bum. I'm tired. So if you guys stay for the whole episode, I appreciate it. I think about 12% of folks do. To y'all, top of the morning. I do appreciate it. Otherwise, have a good rest of your guys' Tuesday. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Hump day for our next episode of the week. And then Thursday, our last episode, and it's the weekend. Have a good rest of your guys' Tuesday. We'll see you guys then.